Welcome to the Global Game. This is Sociology 100, Wednesday, 11 o'clock class. And these are all the stakeholders in the world players. And each one of them has made up their own script, and they are presenting what they really do, not what the media tells us about them, but what they really do and their relationships to one another. Okay, let's start with the one that we're most likely to be influenced by, and that is the media.
Good morning, stupid, ignorant, clueless American citizens. While you've been on your butts busy watching Miley Cyrus twerk, the corporations have been ruining our lives and the planet. You don't believe me? Well, that's exactly my job. I'm actually just a puppet on a string, being guided by the corporations. The reason why we create so many lies is because we want to keep the peace. I mean, you probably wouldn't like it if I told you that a lot of your tax dollars are going to foreign militaries. Or that we are ruining third world civilizations by creating pollution, sickness, and severe poverty. And that our Republican Party, which is also owned by the corporations, is not really for us. They don't like health care, welfare, or even unions, or the safety net altogether. To help you understand why the corporations are such bad guys is because their main goal is profit. In order to accomplish the highest profit, they need to outsource jobs to third world nations. I don't know where that is. They need to put their waste into oceans and rivers and into the air so that they don't have to pay for those kinds of disposals. And you would think that since the corporations have billions upon billions of dollars, that they would take the time and the effort and the money in order to save our world, but instead they're just greedy bastards. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Jennifer Fricke, coming to you live. I am the media. I am one of the most powerful institutions in society. I am the ultimate source of all of your information. I lie to you. I manipulate you. I make you believe in things that aren't true. By the way, we have some meaningful beauty. It's on sale now. You can come and buy this. The American people love this. Come and buy this immediately. It's on sale now for Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you, thank you. You see, and we also have a concealer. It's on sale now at Target and Walmart. You want to cover up your wrinkles. Okay. I failed to generate genuine public awareness of the actual nature of Western policy. People think I'm fair and looking out for the best interests of the Americans. I am not. I serve only those who are giving me paychecks. You think I am telling you everything? I am not. I will not report stories that are damaging corporations or their owners. They pay me too good to lie. Thank you.
Aloha, everybody. I am good American people that represent you guys. We are basically hamsters running in a wheel. And we are in a caged environment being told when to run and when to stop. So this points my direction towards the media. The media tells us what we should believe and what we should not believe. Such as Fox News channel, fake lies. And who controls the media, you might ask? The multinational corporations. They give large amounts of profit money towards the media, which keeps them pumping out lies to the American people. One of the big reasons why this happened is due to Reaganomics, trickle-down economics. This happened during the Reagan administration during 1981, where we tax the poor and we give to the rich, and everything trickles down to the poor and everybody is all happy and woo, yeah. But this is not happening. We are in a middle class depletion state where the middle class is now becoming nothing. We are becoming somewhat of a third world government where peasants thrive, where there's a lot of them and they work for barely nothing. So what should we do, fellow Americans? We should establish unions and get together, such as APEC, to help people in need. And we have numbers on our side. We have more people than the 1% class in the United States. We can also protest against things like free trade agreements and sweatshops that multinational corporations fall under. And if you're lazy, you can just buy local and just vote. If you vote, you will make the United States a better place by voting the people that you want to be in office. And last but not least, our nation was built on democracy. We the people. We need to understand that we are in a world where the high elite top 1% class is ruling the other 99%, and we need to stop this. Thank you.
I'm the Third World Military, and my name's Jose. And I'm the people's best friend. Just kidding. I suppressed the hell out of them. I'm basically, what I am is a pawn for corporate interest. I enforce, by suppressing my people that I love, policies and rules that benefit corporations, corporate interest, not the interests of my own people. Benefit corporations. That guy right there, the mustache, these little greedy eyes right there. And I'd suppress those people, the rural peasants over there, those two little low lives. And you may wonder, how are we able to make a force even though many people understand what we do? Well, put simply, an enlisted man earns enough to support his family, unlike your average citizen. You know what comes first, your family, so join the military if you want to see your kids fed. And let's see what else was there. Okay, there we go. And a large portion of our high-ranking officials come from America. You know what else comes from America? Our guns. And guess who else puts in our dictatorships? America. Thank you, America.
Hello everyone, I represent the WTO, and for those of you who don't know what that is, it's the World Trade Organization. We came about in January 1995. We took the place of GATT, which is the General Agreement for Tariffs and Taxes. Our whole motivation is money. We value money. We don't care about people. We value this guy here, the multinational corporation. He makes all the rules. The third world country. Third world country. What we do is we go there and we steal their seed, like rice, for instance, one that has been through the generations that have been made to take the climate and the surroundings, and then we send an American company in to go get the seed, and then he patents the seed, so therefore the fellow over there can't grow that seed anymore. We either charge him money or a license fee, and if he doesn't, if he still plants the seed, we can go over there and pull it out of the ground. We also in the third world countries, we privatize the water so that if they want to drink water, they have to buy it with money. And if they can't buy water, then they die. Also, in the healthcare, if, like, say, a third world country, well, I'm picking on you folks today, the third world country, in healthcare. Say, for instance, HIV/AIDS in Africa, and you want to buy cheaper medicine. You can't buy it cheaper. If you go to, like, Brazil or India, where they make the cheaper medicine, we can fine you and give you a sanction because you can only buy it from US corporations or the US pharmaceuticals. So we're not, I'm not gonna say in bed, we're in cahoots with those guys and these guys over here. Okay, I think I covered everything. Oh yes, and if you have to go to court, we have a tribunal of 3, which is made up of 3 bureaucrats from the corporations, and we make the decision behind closed doors. And when we have meetings, no one knows about them except for maybe 20 to 25 countries out of the 140 countries that are signed on the trade agreements. It's not just the trade agreements, but you also have to abide by the laws. And if you don't abide by the rules, then you get sanctioned or you get stiff fines. So, I don't like my job. Thank you.
I am the third world government and elite. We suppress terrorists, and if we don't agree or sign the paper for development, the corporations will hire the CIA, and the CIA will hire jackals to assassinate us. The IMF and World Bank, you guys are pretty mean. You guys own us and give us a lot of money, and if we don't take it, you guys will force us to take the money to develop the country. The development will bring good jobs, but we won't sign the paper because the CIA is going to assassinate us, but it's okay. No, okay, I'll sign the paper. That's all.
All right, good. Yeah, it's still morning. Good morning. We are the CIA and Pentagon. We're apparently not very nice people. We are really good friends with the multinational corporations and the federal government-Congress because they give us lots and lots of money to do whatever we want. It's nice. It's fun. But we make sure to help them out. We go to the third world government and elite and we tell them what to do. And sometimes they don't always listen. So we take matters into our own hands and we get rid of them. And then we go to the third world military that we go ahead and train in our schools of America. And we give them lots and lots of money. And we tell them who to kill, what to do, what to build. And the CIA thanks them for their services. We really do.
Good day, folks. I bet you're wondering how we accomplish all of this. Where we start is we create bases within these third world governments, and we take the recommendations by the multinational corporations of who to put into power, and either we corrupt the current leader or we take them out for a nice little dinner, you know. And then we put in a nice dictator who will uphold all the laws that the multinational corporations would like. Since World War II, we have killed 6 million plus people, and the number rises every year, and it's good fun. I mean, for us at least. Anyways, we have to thank the federal government for this because they fund it all, you know, off of the backs of the American people. Anyways, that's the CIA. Thank you. All right.
Hello, everybody. Having a good morning? Yeah, I'm sure you guys are. I'm sure you American people have no idea what's going on right now. And that's good. Good job, you man. Proud of you. Doing your job. Now, I'm here to inform you. I am the lawmaker. I'm your boss. Pretty much for most of you here, it's my fault that you're having such a crappy life or having such a hard time. Media? Yeah, they do what I tell them to. They show what I want them to show, and sometimes they kind of make us look bad. Sometimes. But only because we want them to. American people, don't worry. Keep working hard. You'll end up like us one day. Up on the top, making all the money. Yeah. I know, right? It's great fun. Nah. See, the truth is, we're pretty much nothing. We're controlled by the corporations. They're our boss. And you know what? If you American people have any shred of dignity, any shred of humanity, you'll put a stop to this. I'm talking to everybody here right now. The federal government and Congress, we're all just a bunch of money-grubbing assholes. And we need to wake up and change this. Everybody in Congress right now, pretty much everyone, is one of them. They're all for the same thing. They're all for the trade agreement. They're all for making more money. And soon, if we don't stop this, we're gonna end up just like third world peasants, scraping by, barely enough to feed ourselves. It's gonna be downhill, and it has been for the last 30 years. And I'm telling you, next couple decades, we're just gonna be one push away from them. And there are ways that we can change this. Right now, we have a petition going on to start clean elections again. And all you have to do is sign the petition, and we don't have to worry about people being taken over by corporations, by the people that we're putting in office, being subjected to make laws for the corporations so that they can be richer, and we just fall under it. There's one paper right here. You sign it, and it changes. And we don't end up. Thank you.
Hello everyone, and just as she already said, what we would like to remind you, we are the boss. We make all the laws and the policies. We create legislation for the people, the Americans, and our nation. Or at least we'd like to think so. Why do you ask we think so? It's because we are constantly bought out by the banking corporate elites, better known as the WTO, the World Trade Organization. Oh, you guys love to shower us with bribes and money. And we love to take them. I mean, the more we invest in you, the less power and control we have. But the only benefits that they get is to the banking elite class, which we refer to as the think tank. Basically, we'd love to say that we are for our nation, but we truly aren't. Some of us Congress people are just trying to help, but who can turn down riches galore? Not me. I don't think you can either. Some of us other Congress people support the military and prison industry complex, and others are rebels and try to derail our nation's government by trying to work for the 95% of the American people, but we all know that we aren't going anywhere anytime soon. So you'll always be the 95%. Oh, and we can't forget our third world peasant friends are there.
Can you hold this? One more thing. Did you know that most of our tax money goes towards our military? 59% of it goes to there. And are we fighting in any war that needs that much money? Is there any need for that? What about education? What about healthcare? You know how we're having this whole dispute about free healthcare right now? Our money could be going to that. Do we really need such a high military? Is there really such a threat that we need almost 60% of our funds to go there? Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm the World Bank and International Monetary Fund. I was made by the United Nations to help rebuild Europe after World War II, which I have done, but since then I've been using all of my moolah to gain leverage over third world governments. Economic hitmen give third world governments offers promising improvement, give them offers that they can't refuse, and we provide them the loans to make it happen. Then, when they can't pay them off, we implement anti-environment, pro-privatizing policies. These are called structural adjustment programs. These are all at the expense of the peasants, all for the benefit of multinational corporations. That's it.
Hello, good afternoon. Oh, no, good morning, everyone. I represent an arms dealer, as you can see with this gun. Okay, and I'm here today to tell you what I do. Oops, I'm gonna put the gun down. Okay, so what I do is use taxpayer money See, over here, taxpayer money. And that I use taxpayer money that should be going towards public schooling and various other safety nets. And I use that money towards making weapons. So yeah, that's what I do. Another wonderful thing that I do is sell weapons to opposing sides in a war, and whoever wins has the privilege of being rewarded with stolen oil and suppression of democracy. So in the end, you Americans should thank me because at least you get oil. Okay, that's it.
Hola y buenos días, yo soy las Naciones Unidas. Bonjour à tous, je suis l'Organisation des Nations Unies. Hello and good morning, I am the United Nations. As of today, I represent 193 nations. I was formed in 1944 after the Second World War in reaction to all the atrocities that had been going around all around the world. I was formed with the purpose to create an entity that would ensure international stability and promote world peace. Along with our allied nations, we are here to protect and safeguard other nations. While many people do support us, such as opponents and environmentalists, there are a lot of haters, such as the media, that is promoted by Fox News, what a surprise, and the media is controlled by the corporations, so they don't like us either. The terrorists don't like us because we promote democracy and we protect the people that they try to kill. We believe in a better future and we believe in a better world. We have eradicated polio in Africa, and as you can see in our poster, there are other things that we have done. Thank you.
Terrorist. Terrorist. Is what the media would call us. But no, I am not a terrorist. I am a freedom fighter. And the difference between a terrorist and a freedom fighter is that we fight for our freedom. And we're not those who just go out and kill people as if we get ordered. But the media would like to think that would just call us, label us. But it's not even that. A terrorist has no cause. He does not care about innocent people getting hurt or getting killed if they're in their way. But a freedom fighter, me, I believe in fighting to free our people, and our unjust government. I fight for what I believe in. Like, say, you see people just, like a man who pulls out a shotgun to kill a maniac that's killing innocent people. Yeah, that doesn't make us a terrorist if we're going in and helping our people in our struggles. Our motto is basically anyone who fights the cause of freedom. And just basically, we fight for what we believe in. And we don't like to get labeled as terrorists, as some people would call us. Yeah. But who knows, there's other people's views and ways, just based on perspective and what you would like to call us. But a verdict and stuff. But I'm just a freedom fighter. But yeah, thank you.
Right, sorry for that in my little. Morning routine, like me as a terrorist, I always do it every day. Well, 8 o'clock in the morning. A little bit late though. Sorry about that, guys. All right, let's get on to business. Now I'm a terrorist. Well, you know, I'm Al-Qaeda, which means the base. I'm a global militant Islamist organization founded by my god, Osama bin Laden. And what I do is I like to, you know, provoke the US, as my best friends, I love them, and the West into invading a Muslim country by staging a massive attack or a string of attacks on US soil that results in massive civilian casualties. I also engage US allies because whoever is friends with the US is also my enemy. And in a long war of attrition, and my goal is to collapse the economy by year 2020 and multiple engagements and political instability. Got that? Right. Now, this table here. Now what I have strapped to my chest/stomach here is a bomb that will kill all of you right now. But first, let me talk about who's my friends, my enemies, and people I just hate. So, my good friend over here, the media, I go like this. That's how I greet you. The media over here is my friend, because whatever I do that is a little bit, you know, extreme or whatever you guys want to call it, me killing people, you know, they get the message out, and I like that because I can really scare people, and who are they scaring? They're scaring the American people, which over here is the American people. I just love these guys. Yup, USA is my best friend. I like killing these guys. I like it. You know? Because I don't like their government. And since they're ruled by their government, I'm gonna hurt them. Enough said, I'll come back to you later, buddy. I don't like you. Oh! See that? Hit the gun, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Nah, I'll come back to you. We gotta talk. Now, my arms dealer over here. My best friend, what's up, what's up? Can I have that golden AK for a second? Can you write that down? You got that? I got you. No, I like the arms dealer because they give me weapons that I can cause mayhem, kill people, whatever. I have a lot of power with these guys. These are my best friends. United Nations, I don't like them either. Because, you know why? Because they like democracy. I don't like democracy. So, whatever I can do to hurt them, I will. My strategic attacks on them, that works very well. I don't know about you. I don't really care about you. Environmentalist, that's cute. Church, it's alright. Hey, third world peasants and workers. Now these are my people. I come from these people. And the people that hurt them, that's who I try to hurt too. I don't like people who try to hurt my people. That's what I do. That's what I do. I like to hurt people that hurt my people. Okay, now, CIA, let's go over here. Gotta talk stories. Alright. How's that? Is that, you got a Predator drone on me right now? Because I can see it, but probably is on me right now, but CIA. CIA. I like you guys. You guys are really, really fun. You guys like to play with me. Yeah, well, it's about to go down right now. What I have right here is a bomb, like I told you. Has red mercury inside it. We all will die in 3 seconds as my countdown. Are you guys ready? Say your last prayers now. In 3, 2, 1. Hold on. 3, 2, 1. Okay, technical difficulties, I'll be back. That's it.
Is it on? Okay. Hi, I'm the Global Labor Movement, and I work for the American people. I make sure that you guys can stay home on the weekend, hang out with your kids, go to the beach, do something fun. I make sure you don't have to work 80 hours a week, that you can go home and you actually get paid. Not like the third world. I work for you guys too. I make sure, I've been fighting so that you guys can be just like them, but a little bit better because they're not so great. I always fight against multinational corporations to make sure that you guys get good paying jobs, you guys get health care, you guys have places to live. I'm generally just for the people. You know, I'm one of the few good guys here. So I represent every single one of you. For the third world, when I go to try to help you, sometimes if I'm doing my job very well and I'm giving you guys help, they don't like that because they gotta pay you more. So they'll send in some military guys, maybe the CIA, to come take me out. You know, but that just lets me know I'm doing a good job. So yeah, like I said, you know, they're here. They don't like me, I don't like them, because they don't treat you guys right, they don't treat you guys right. But I'm here to make sure that you guys get paid, you guys work a correct amount of hours, and you guys can get like that someday. So, thank you.
Hello. Good morning, consumers. I'm the guy that you've been hearing so much about. I am the multinational corporations. I exist through these guys, the federal government, the Supreme Court. I exist to them as a person just like you with the same exact rights. But the truth is just the opposite. I actually exist only through the contemplation of law. Since the Bill of Rights applies to me, I have the right to legally influence public opinion and legislation through deception and lies. And you guys eat those lies up. And the fact that only 6 of us, multinational corporations, only 6, owns 95% of all of the media in this country, it becomes exceedingly simple to manipulate you more and more every single day and get you to believe what we want you to believe. We created the WTO. This is a creation of ours. This creation enables us to outsource labor that we need to make products in economically desperate places of the world, that we employ children as young as 8 years old to make your t-shirts, to make your shoes that sell in Walmart for cheap prices. We're rolling back your prices at the expense of children in other countries. That's not something that you really need to worry about, is it? You need to keep worrying about what's in for spring. That's what you mostly think about. And we want it that way. we want you to keep thinking about those kinds of things, because if you knew the truth, we might make a little bit less profit. Unfortunately, one of these people that don't like us are the environmentalists, because we don't like to clean up our mess after we're done exploiting third world countries. When we're done taking all the resources that we can possibly take, we don't like to clean up the mess. We like to leave it to other people. We call it externalities. A good example of this is in the 1960s in Ecuador. The company Chevron spilled 16 billion gallons of waste into the rivers, which the indigenous people there use for drinking water and to live. And when they came and when they fought for their right for us to clean up the mess, we used state tribunals to get around it. We used legalities that were implemented and put in place through NAFTA, through trade agreements. We got through the loophole. Profit, profit, profit. Which brings me to my next friends. Where are you? International Monetary Fund. This organization lends money to poor countries at interest rates that are impossible to pay back. So when the country tells the IMF they can't pay up, they say, that's okay. Just take down your currency, just devalue your currency. And oh, by the way, we're gonna send in some contractors from the US. We're gonna send in multinational corporations to contract privately, formally held public infrastructure, such as the water in Bolivia, the water system in Bolivia that was privatized by the Bechtel Corporation of San Francisco, to the point where Bolivian people were not even allowed, it was illegal for them to collect rainwater without paying this San Francisco-based company. If limits aren't put in place to regulate my profits, chances are this country may become a feudal state. If you don't understand what that is, look it up. It's big historical fact, and it's been repeating itself throughout history. America will become a feudal state and will become owned by the rich, and everything will become privatized. Your school, your medical, everything we need, our public infrastructure will be privatized, and we'll have to pay for all of that. I watched as this person gave a heartfelt speech about what's really happening here, and I watched at the same time a lot of you ignoring what she was saying, and that is exactly what I want. Keep ignoring, because it's gonna keep making our pockets fatter, and it will eventually lead to this country becoming just like the third world country. Thank you very much.
We're your environmentalists, and we want to breathe clean air and drink clean water and live in a non-toxic environment. Our goal is to save this planet and our people. And there are some things that are keeping us from doing that. One of the things we are completely against is fracking.
Due to fracking, there are approximately 40,000 gallons of chemicals per fracture are released into our waters and air. There has been over 1,000 documented cases of contamination next to areas of gas drillings, including cases of sensory, respiratory, and neurological damage due to ingested contaminated water. Another main contributor to our devastation is the military.
Y'all fools over there. Okay, did you know that war destroys wildlife and their habitats? Millions of acres have been contaminated by radioactive and other military-related chemicals. And last but not least, the big bad corporations.
Corporations do not care about people or the environment. They only look for one thing, and that is profit. Their externalities are destroying our environment and leaving a huge negative impact globally. Peace.
Yeah. morning, and God bless all of you Americans and people in the corporations, terrorists, and even third world countries. I support humanitarian aids like the UN, and it doesn't stop there. I also support democracy. I also believe that we should be serving the American people and peasants, especially you guys. God bless you, dear children. I will give you water and food. Hang in there, please.
Hello everyone, I am also the church, and I am the church who manipulates and tricks the American people and the third world peasants, all because of the National Corporation. Did you know that the corporation funds us to go on missions to help the people who is in need? And that is a no. So thank you everyone.
Okay, I'm representing a non-government organization. We are groups trying to do what we can to try and help out. We are environmentalists like the Greenpeace, the Rainforest Action Network, and the Sierra Club. These guys, multinational corporation, and the CIA over there, both often don't support us because we are trying to help victims from the corporate globalization. The corporation would rather keep the third world afraid, ignorant, and vulnerable to economic exploitations. Amnesty International, as well as the Red Cross, Food First, Doctors Without Borders, and Oxfam all help by trying to stop imprisonment and torture of political dissidents. We are the do-gooders. Thank you.
We represent the third world peasant and worker.
Hi, we're poor. Yeah. Dude, cool shoes. How much were those?
80 bucks.
80 bucks? I made 2 of those in an hour for like $2. Two. Well, they came to us. They came to us with gifts in their hands and smiles on their faces. And they said, hey, we're a little help. Liars. After a week, we saw our rivers turn black and the skies were filled with smoke that they looked like clouds. And the wood we used to burn our food, the trees, they're all gone. And me and all my family are sick. My 16 brothers, and sister, John, Michael, Jason, Fred, Mason, Jane, Peter, Brenda, Sam, Crystal, Zane, Harry, Niall, Liam, Lewis. They're all close to death now. And the worst part is, I work for them.
We would protest against these multinational corporations and the World Bank, but what we didn't know was that we signed our country's name to them. We had a great leader. We had a democracy within our country, but the people who claimed they were from the United States, they scoped our land for oil, copper. We have nothing, and we would do something, but we would be labeled as terrorists by the media. When they came to our land, they found what not what they needed, but wanted for these materialistic American people. What we want, what we wish for is freedom. We pray for freedom, but there's nothing really that's happening that's helping us, from diseases and our everything, the earth, everything is polluted, and we can't really use our resources because it's all gone.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. Let's give them a hand. But I'm going to ask them to go one more time around just to see if there's any last thoughts. Let me begin with you, media person. Any last thoughts after reviewing the game?
I am a corporate puppet on a string lying machine, but I get a lot of money for it, so I don't really care, even if it hurts the humans and their earth.
I represent the American people. If you are lazy, just vote. Buy local and speak up, because it's in our own rights. Thank you.
I'm simply put in power because of the corporations. If they didn't exist, there'd be no need for dictatorships.
We do not serve the interests of the people, but the transnational companies or corporations and the IMF, World Bank. We are a disaster organization. We cannot be reformed or improved. We must be gutted. We need fair trade. We can't go dumping on other countries and affect the livelihoods of the local farmers by offering cheaper goods. We cannot go around privatizing other countries' water. Countries need health care, and we have damaged the livelihoods of people and their countries. We need a mass movement of people and political power to derail the WTO, as in Seattle, 1999, and other cities like Cancun, Mexico. Thank you.
I am the third world government and elite, and if we do not sign with the corporations for development, they'll hire CIA to assassinate us.
All right, we are the CIA, aka Control Via Inconvenient Accidents. Federal government, our boss.
We're the federal government and Congress. And all I have to say is, what is it gonna take to get the people who have been listening this whole time to stand up and do something to change this? There's one major point in this whole game, and that's just to send a message that things need to change. There have been people who have been sitting here this whole time and ignoring us. But I'm here to tell you, are you just gonna let this happen? Are you gonna let us become a third world nation? The Clean Elections Program, it's a program based on the sole idea that we can have people in our government who aren't going to just sell us off to the corporations, who aren't just gonna sell us off to become something as pathetic and worthless as someone on the street who can't pay their bills. Are we just gonna allow people in government to be placed there because they're being paid off? Because they have an agenda to make our country a much worse place?
You guys can sign this petition, at least try to make a change. All it'll do is your signature. That's all we need. You can just stand up for 2 seconds and come and sign this petition, and we can at least try to have a better future.
I'm the World Bank and International Monetary Fund, and we have economic hitmen that go to third world nations and put them in debt that they cannot pay off so that corporations can implement their own policies.
I am an arms dealer, and our main goal is to make weapons so that we can make as much money as possible.
I'm the United Nations, and we are formed to ensure international stability and promote peace all around the world. Today, more than ever, the world needs united action to face the many challenges of the new millennium. Thank you.
I'm a terrorist. I don't like the American people and I hate the CIA. This is my best friend right here. That's how I get my point across.
Fight for my freedom. I'm a freedom fighter, just slash terrorist, as the media would say.
As the global labor movement, I make sure that you guys have unions which are only good for the people, you know, for everybody. Everybody had some working class member in their family at one point in life. And I also help the third world, and we all just need to kind of come together so that corporations don't go to the third world, because they can pay them 2 cents an hour, but they can't pay us that. So in the third world, they have to, you know, like stand strong against the CIA and multinational corporations, which can get hard, but you know, it only helps us in the end.
So my my part for this play was the multinational corporations, and I just wanted to share like what's really come clear to me in this project is that we really truly do live in a consumer society, and it's really sometimes hard to come to grips with that and to realize fully what that means, because we just happen to be on the convenience side of the process, what's happening in the world. We just happen to have been born in a place where we're on the more fortunate side, where we benefit from people who suffer across the world. And that's just a point that I think that we who are more fortunate need to take more seriously. This kind of life where whenever you need something, whenever you need shoes, you go to Ross and buy it for 15 bucks. Whenever you need food, you go to the supermarket. That's not really a natural way of living. That's a consumer-based society. And I think that a more important characteristic is not that we consume things, but it's that we don't make anything of our own. We're not original. And we need to try to become more original and stop relying so much on children who are making our t-shirts and our shoes in other countries that are making 0.3 cents per hour. That's just ridiculous. I hope somebody in this crowd listens to what we're talking about, because this is real and this is happening, whether you want to think it is or not. Thank you.